Good morning, guys. Dobro utro from my car. It's been day 34 of living in my car, and I thought I would just record a little update of what's going on, how I'm feeling, how everything is. And I woke up early to record this outside in some beautiful locations, but it's very overcast and it's very windy, it's chilly. And with my phone, it's just not appropriate to film outside right now. So it's very appropriate that we're filming in my car. So first of all, I just want to express my gratitude because the response on the last two videos about this whole homeless, not having a house, not having a proper place to go to, living in my car, has been just overwhelmingly incredible. And the amount of kind messages, supports, donations, offers to come and stay with you guys. I mean, I'm just incredibly touched, but also I'm so happy that this is the kind of people that I have on my channel. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Yeah, you're just all so generous and kind, and knowing that I have that whilst I don't have my friends and family here. Yeah, it just, you have no idea how much that means to me, that this is the kind of, I don't want to use the word community because it's become such a buzzword, but it's true. Like, this is the community that we've built here together on this channel. And it's just so incredible that the internet can be used in such a way that we can connect on such a level. And yeah, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I just want to quickly recap for those who are new on the channel. So I have moved to Bulgaria a little bit over a year ago, and during this time I have been doing house and pet sittings. So for more than a year, in different locations around Bulgaria. And a month ago, I was on my way to a new host, and he kind of canceled on me last minute. So I've been living in my car for 34 days now. I once also addressed a lot of comments that I received were in the lines of, "Oh, I'm so sorry that this has happened to you. I feel sorry for you." And I just want to say there is nothing to feel sorry about. I have chosen this. I could have chosen something else. I had many other options to choose from. Like, I could have gone to a hostel for a month. I could have probably maybe found a workaway or some project for a month. I could have even just traveled home to my family and spent a little bit time with them. I received so many house sitting options in other areas of Bulgaria, not the one that I'm looking for. So I could have gone somewhere else for the month, but I was already on my road trip living in my car. So I just basically extended that and kind of turned it into a challenge. Of course, at first, when my host canceled, there was that initial like fear response, anxiety response, a little bit of panic, because living in a car is not the most comfortable thing. And I like my comfort, like I'm just like anyone else. I was like, okay, the universe is presenting an opportunity here, so I'm gonna take it. I'm not suffering, because that was also a word that was used a lot. Yes, I'm in discomfort, but at the same time, I also got used to this really freaking fast. Like, it is incredible how adjustable, flexible humans are when it comes to living conditions and living situations. And I've experienced this many times before. Like I've shared on this channel, I have lived in a cave for like 5 months. I have lived on a ship, and if you don't know, like crew cabins are teeny tiny and you share it with another person. So this is actually kind of luxury because I mean, I am restricted to a car when it comes for sleeping and like keeping my stuff, but I have all the nature around me if I'm parked at that kind of a spot that allows me to have space, which is the kind of spots that I'm looking for. There is no sadness, there is no suffering, there is no more anxiety. Well, a little bit when I'm looking for a new spot. There is just, yeah, I am fully embracing this and turning a unexpected, uncomfortable situation into something that is more adventurous, more exciting, more opportunities to learn things, to grow, to meet people, and just also like, yeah, test my abilities, test my skills. I'm honestly, like, now that I'm on the coast and the temperatures are a lot more like bearable, I'm having the time of my life. So yeah, nothing to feel bad about when it comes to this. But yeah, it goes without saying that there are of course challenges when you are living in your car, and shooting this video proves it, because I'm like, okay, like how do I even position myself? I really don't have much space. Like when I'm lying down, I'm very close to the ceiling because my car is a station wagon. It's very low. So you are very restricted with space. Also with storing, because a third of my car is for my bed. And then, yeah, I have the front, and then I have a little bit of storage here. I think I will post a separate video where I do a tour of my setup, so you can check that out if you're interested in like how my living situation actually looks like in practice. Yeah, the challenges are of course the weather, like the heat. I don't have AC because this is a 25-year-old car. Yeah, finding the right spot where I can protect myself from natural elements is like crucial, but it's not always available. Especially right now, the coast is full of people. Of course, people are vacationing, and here wild camping is actually really, really popular. Finding a good shaded spot, that is like number one priority, and then being close to water also is like super, super important to me, because I can go and cool down at any time. Yeah, so that's why I basically came to the coast from where I was before. And also just because temperatures here are a little bit more bearable, like it's a few degrees cooler, there's kind of always this nice breeze. So yeah, it's just much nicer to live in your car in summer when you're somewhere near the coastline. Of course, I already mentioned in my other videos like the two challenges, like not having a bathroom and not having a kitchen. I think are the two things that are really noticeable when you live in a car. So you have to kind of be smart about using your toilet and shower, and also with cooking. I mean, I can cook. I have a gas stove, which I've used quite a few times now to cook simple meals, because I cannot keep much fresh food. I don't have a fridge. Things go bad very quickly during summer when you don't have a fridge. So I have to do shopping runs very often, and I cannot really keep much of fresh ingredients like veg and fruit And yeah, some of you have suggested, oh, just have canned food. Yes, I have canned food, but it's summer. Like, it's the season for fresh produce. It's so nice to eat fresh veg and fruit. So I don't want to be eating canned things that's all day long, every day, you know. And yeah, I went to a restaurant a couple of times, so just to have a variety, like I had things that I wouldn't cook myself. There are challenges, but again, like, these challenges are just showing me what I can do, like how much I can tolerate, how resourceful I am, how smart I am. A few days ago, I had to improvise making a shade for myself. So I made a tarp basically from an old sheet that I have and some strings, and yeah, it worked fine. So I had a little bit of shade during the day when the sun was too strong. Things like that, you know, just figuring things out as you go, and your daily worries become very basic. So you worry about satisfying your basic needs. You don't really worry so much about other things. I my problems right now are where I'm gonna sleep, what I'm gonna eat, where I'm gonna go to poop, where I'm gonna shower. But okay, like, I bathe in the sea, and then every maybe like week or twice per week I shower somewhere. And yeah, just trying to be safe, basically. Yeah, so I feel like safety was another big concern of yours. And I have to say that just being in Bulgaria is, for me, one of the safest countries where I've ever traveled or lived. I've never had any bad encounters or anything. I've never heard of anyone having any bad encounters, even just in general, not like wild camping. I don't know, like, being a solo female living in your car, like, Bulgaria is probably one of the top countries where you can do that safely. I've never had any police. I had never had anyone knock on my window or to say I have to move or anything. Here, actually, the wild camping is illegal, but it's highly tolerated, and there's literally designated areas where you can do this and nobody's gonna bother you. I've even stayed in wild campsites that are owned by the municipality, and they just, allow everyone to do it. People also mentioned wild animals such as bears and wolves. I'm in the areas where there is no bears or wolves. Would I do this in Rhodope? I don't know, because I heard of bears there. But Stara Planina, yes, there are in some areas, but not where I was. There was way too many people. It was way too close to civilization. And here on the coast, I don't know if there's actually any wild animals. I do have some safety precautions. I do have pepper spray with me, which my dad gifted me when I left for Bulgaria. I hope I will never have to use it. And for the rest, it's just like being smart, choosing spots that are safe and that are, yeah, designated for wild camping. And I'm always around people, but I'm just trying to be away enough that I have my peace and quiet, you know what I mean? So if anything were to happen, if I scream for help, probably someone will hear it. And then just like the camping 101, always parking so that you're facing the exit and things like that. I mean, that's just, yeah, very basic stuff. But yeah, I've been sleeping very well here on the coast, and I'm very at ease, and I'm not even thinking about anything that could happen here. Like, it's just so normal now for people to be here camping. Now that I've kind of addressed the more like concerning parts of this whole experience, I now want to also address some of the like really positive things. And one of the biggest is being surrounded and being really, really connected with nature. I have shared a video just recently about this connection that I've been craving and looking for, and kind of like was the reason that I even just like came to live to Bulgaria, to be surrounded by nature. How better be like completely indulged in nature than be like living outside, be living and camping either in a tent or a car or an RV. Like you are just, yeah, nature is all around. Like this is the longest I've spent in the car without like sleeping. Like otherwise I'm just outside all the time. Okay, today I'm gonna be in a co-working because I need to edit videos and I need to do some work actually. But on a normal day, like from when I wake up to when I go to sleep, I am outside. Like you've seen in my vlog, I do everything outside. I have breakfast outside. I clean myself outside. I go for a swim. I go for walks. I then have lunch and dinner outside. Like I'm just outside all the time and it just makes me feel so good. I don't know the last time that I've actually felt so good. Maybe when I lived in a cave. That was also like a really great environment. I was also outside all the time. So yeah, this closeness to nature, this connection is just, it's unbeatable because you're living outside. And this is our natural habitat. This is how we are supposed to live. Like you are supposed to walk barefoot around. You're supposed to be amongst the trees. You are supposed to be swimming in lakes and rivers and sea. And yeah, it's just been, I've just been feeling very well, like energetically. So that is probably like one of the biggest pluses, I would say. And then the second biggest positive is just, I feel like I've unlocked a new level of freedom, like a level that I didn't even know existed, because I'm really not tied to anything now. Because when I'm house sitting, when I am pet sitting, I have responsibilities. And I'm the kind of person that, responsibilities first and then everything else after. It just gives me more like peace of mind. Especially with pet sitting, you are really like tied to the location because you can't really leave the animals usually for more than a few hours, or if there are cats, maybe a few days. That was always kind of like restricting me when I wanted to go out and explore, so I could only take a few days. Whilst now I have nowhere to be. There is no one waiting for me anywhere. There is no responsibilities, no pets to look after. There's just no obligations whatsoever. And I just feel like, whoa, wait, this is now, this is like a new sense of freedom that just completely like opened my eyes to what life could also be like without me doing that. And even when you have your own home, you still have responsibilities, you still have to take care of your garden, you still have to take care of your home. So it's not that you can just leave it unattended for a very long period of time. So yeah, this got me thinking a lot, like how to proceed in the future. Like, do I still want to be pet sitting? Do I still want to be house sitting? Or like, do I want to rent something out? Or I mean, ideally, I'm buying a house, but even that has been under a big question mark while I'm like going through this experience. And I will touch on that in just a little bit. But yeah, I've just been feeling like a real nomad, a little bit like a bum sometimes. Having this freedom, it means that I can choose a different spot every night. I can go anywhere. I mean, I was thinking to drive to Moldova. I changed my mind because of my car troubles, and I think that was a smart thing to do. But yeah, I'm literally like, I could go anywhere in the world right now. I have no restrictions, no obligations. I am very privileged, I have to say. That just opens so many possibilities. It's nice every once in a while to have different options to choose from and to kind of like maybe redirect your life, reposition it, realign. I think that once you get past that initial fear, anxiety, even like prejudice about this style of living, you open yourself up to, yeah, new opportunities, new knowledge, new skills. I think once you accept the situation and kind of like go with the flow, like, okay, the universe presented me a challenge. Let's roll with it and see what happens. I just feel like this new level of exploration and connection opened up for me. Not just in a sense where connection with nature, but also with people and mostly myself. And that's another thing that I want to talk about. Yeah, so I feel like this experience has showed me a side of me that I didn't even know that existed. Like a bit more wild, feral side of me, even like more feminine side of me, which is a bit weird because maybe this isn't necessarily the most feminine environment, like living in your car. I think it's maybe the fact that I spend so much time in nature. I just feel so much more alive and so much more natural, like so much more in my element, that it really got me thinking. Like, really got me thinking. First of all, it got me thinking, like, do I want to continue living like this for a while? Do I want to continue living in my car for perhaps the rest of summer because the weather allows it? And the other thing was, I'm really rethinking buying my house. Not buying a house per se, but like my dream house has been, yeah, this like not big, but cute little farm property somewhere in the mountains. And I'm rethinking now if that's actually, I mean, I know it's what I want, but I'm just thinking to simplify it or downsize it, or maybe do it more like a step-by-step thing, not going for the big goal straight away, but doing it a bit more, yeah, like step by step. Yeah, I've been just thinking if maybe it would be better or more suitable if I just buy like a small cottage first somewhere in the woods and live there like a witch that I am. I don't know. A lot has been going through my mind. I've even been thinking to like upgrade the car and put a roof tent on. Like, I've seen other people have that, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I mean, I thought that I would do that after I buy my house, but now I'm like, what if I just kind of live like that? I wouldn't be living like that all year. But I mean, usually I travel someplace warm in winter anyway, so it's not like, yeah, I don't know. Guys, I really like, I've been reconsidering a lot of things. Yeah, I see now why this experience was needed for me. That's why I'm also like fully embracing it, because I'm like, I know that there are lessons in this. I just need to be open and perceptive, to see them. I think this is what I had to share. So when it comes to house sitting and pet sitting, yes, I have so many options, so many opportunities. I just need to have need to make a decision when and where I'm going. And I'm probably going to do that in this week. But yeah, I wouldn't mind continuing like this for another month. So stay tuned. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I'm just kind of like rolling with it, and see what feels right, where the intuition takes me. But yesterday I found this spot that is so incredible, and now I don't want to leave it. I wish I found it sooner, but this is just how life goes. I first needed challenges with other people, let's say, in camps, who might not be as thoughtful as you'd hope. But that's just how it goes when you are with other people. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you would be able to do, or maybe you have experiences of this kind of lifestyle. I did have some people reach out to me that they had lived in their vehicles. I mean, of course, when life is very popular right now, but it's kind of different. Having a van, I mean, it's luxury compared to this. But yeah, still, I'm not complaining. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Thank you for watching the videos, for joining this journey, and for all your lovely comments. And yeah, let's see where this takes us. I hope it's been inspiring also for you to watch. And yeah, I'll see you next time. All right. Take care. Bye.